A light shone down on us.
Good evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas. I am all dressed up and have nowhere to go. On this night, I'm used to standing in front of a packed room of people at the exchange with a feeling of nervousness in my stomach and anticipation for the evening to come. And tonight is very different. This year is very different. I am imagining you in your homes instead, and actually picturing certain faces and thinking about you sitting in your living rooms or you're around a kitchen table. And I want to encourage you to do the same, because more than ever, we need to remember that, there's other people out there and we are connected to them and we are doing this together. For the next few minutes, I want to invite us to allow the story of Jesus to lighten our loads, to lift our souls, and to help us through this first experience that we are in together. Throughout the Advent season, we've been playing around with images of light and dark, of hope and despair. And I want to read to you a passage from John 1 that captures this story, this incarnation, this celebration of what we are doing tonight. And I'll just read verses 1 to 5. So John 1. It starts with the Word is first, and the Word is Jesus. So the Word was first. The Word present to God. God present to the Word. The Word was God in readiness for God from day one. Everything that was created through him. Not one thing came into existence without him. What came into existence was life, and that life was light to live by. The life light blazed out of the darkness. The darkness could not put it out.
So pure and bright, dispel the darkness of our hearts, that by your brightness we may know the light, incarnate Word. Grant that the light, deep and kindled in our hearts, may shine forth and give us divine life. Peace and virtue, blinded by the light. so pure and bright, dispel the darkness of our hearts, that by your brightness we may know the light.
The biggest revelation for me this year has been how desperately I value presence. Not the kind that you're going to open tonight or tomorrow, but presence, like to be with, to be together. I want people to be with me, and I want to be with people. And I've realized that more than ever this year. The greatest gift that we're celebrating tonight and remembering tonight is God's presence, that God wanted so badly to be with humanity. In this event of Jesus coming to the earth, he didn't just kind of plop down into the earth, but came through the body of a Middle Eastern teenage girl. God so desperately wanted to be with us that God came into the world in the same way that you came into the world, and so the same way that I came into the world. In John 1, it says, "What came into existence was life, and that life was light to live by." And that's the verse that has really resonated with me this year, that life was light to live by. And I wondered, what if that could really be true, that the existence of God coming to be present, coming to be with us, is light that we could live by, light that could actually inhabit the darkness that we find ourselves in right now and that we feel around us. 4 times in the Christmas story, an angel appears to different people and begins the message with these words, "Do not be afraid." First to Zechariah, and then to Mary, and then to Joseph, and then to the shepherds. And each time the angel says, "Do not be afraid. You found favor with God. Do not be afraid. I have good news for you. Do not be afraid. I've heard your cry. Do not be afraid." I'm assuming that that message came because they were afraid. And I think if we're honest, we have been afraid. There's a lot to be afraid of. And if I'm honest, not everything feels right. What if it could really be true that we don't have to be afraid? That the gift of this presence is so close, like as close as the umbilical cord is to Mary, so close that it could be a light to live by. When we're afraid, it feels dark. And the good news of this gift tonight is that this life light is a light to live by. Do not be afraid. The virtual choir is going to sing a song in a moment. It's called the Solstice Song, and it also holds images of light. It talks about how, what does the future, I'd ask the question, what does the future hold for us? Where has our journey brought us? And ends with just this vision of true love carrying us. And so this evening, as you ponder this in your homes, I pray that it illuminates your path. I pray that it lights up the dark places that are around you and within you. I pray that this story would save you and rescue you all over again, as it is doing in the whole earth, as it continues to proclaim peace and joy. Let it light your way. Merry Christmas, everyone.
A light shone down on us. A star of hope shines bright. A light shines bright.